Okay, hi TikTok. Okay. Where Lily? Hi TikTok. Okay. Cover this thing up. Hi TikTok. Yes, today I'm at home, so I am not in my office. So yes, welcome one, welcome all. Hi TikTok, hi Facebook. Let us share this to our story. Okay guys, Facebook, watch my this thing while I'm busy sending this thing. Okay. Oh, I can't do this. All right, guys. Hello, everybody. Hi, Facebook. Hi, TikTok. I trust you guys are good. Today. So today I'm at my office. Yes. We shall be doing this today. We'll be brief, short, and straight to the point because at 10 a.m. I am supposed to be somewhere. But yeah, don't worry, I will give you all the time and attention, okay? So yes, today we are on week 15 and we are talking creating routines and structure. Hi. Creating routines and structure. We are on week 15 and I am Beacon of Light, the luminary of holistic empowerment, a mother of two, and that's why I'm very much experienced to take you through these motherhood lessons, okay? Boom. So as usual, today we shall be reading from our diary. And this diary goes hand in hand with a book called Born into Change. And I sell these. The diary helps you take down your feelings, your mental processings, and all that. Because remember, writing, journaling helps your mental state be put in words, right? So when you do that, you can process it effectively, efficiently, and adequately. But then sometimes you just high catapult, but then sometimes you just cannot write, right? I know motherhood is extremely overwhelming. Sometimes you just even can't even think of what you're feeling. Sometimes you're too numb to an extent that you don't even know what to write or know what to say. So don't worry, on this channel there are prompts at the back. Hi catapult. There are prompts at the back whereby you're just given a template. I am feeling blah, I am doing blah, right? So you're just given these prompts so that you don't have to think so loud about it, right? And then when you have time or when you feel like you're feeling something, you're not numb on that particular day, then you can take down notes that are in line with your EMF, right? Thank you, catapult. Okay, so yeah, and then this book is called Born into Change. It literally guides you from childhood until your last days of earth. It guides you through childhood, in fact being a newborn, going through childhood, going through a motherhood, going through being an old person, how to pass down your legacy and what happens, right? So it goes like that, right? It helped me so much process my emotions. So if it helped me, the author, imagine what it will do to you, right? So go and play the Simon. So yes, it's a very good book. It's called Born into Change. It goes hand in hand with this diary. And if you're interested in getting my books or this book specifically, just WhatsApp the number on your screen. If you're on Facebook, this is the number. And if you're on TikTok, the number is right there. Okay, so let's do this, guys, because I have to be somewhere, right? But then don't worry, I will not, I will do justice. All right, so week 15. Week 15, creating routines and structure. Okay, so what is routine and structure? Number one, routine is the predictable sequence of daily events. That is what routine is. But what is structure? Structure is the framework of boundaries, right? Boundaries is the framework of boundaries. Boundaries put in place, okay, that make the routines reliable. So for the routine to be reliable, there should be boundaries, there should be structure, right? So routine and structure go hand in hand. You cannot have one without the other, and you cannot have the other without one, okay? So let's do this, okay? Number one, why do routines matter? Like, why do we need routine in the first place, okay? So number one, predictability reduces anxiety and tantrums in children. Okay, we'll get to it. We'll go deeper as to why it reduces tantrums and anxiety. And number two, structure builds self-regulation and trust. Okay, for both the caregiver and the child. Okay, and then number three, routines anchor caregivers to prevent stress and overwhelm, right? When there is no routine or structure, the caregiver is prone to stress and overwhelm because now you have to do this, right? It's decision fatigue. You have to plan for this, plan for that. Now everything is being spontaneous, right? Spontaneity, or is it spontaneity? I don't know, whatever you choose to call it. Being spontaneous is fun when it's not a task. Is when it's not a chore, when it's not a performance, when it's not an expectation, right? When you're doing it for fun, it's perfect, it's fine and well. But when it's a chore or a task or an expectation, being spontaneous is truly, I wouldn't advise anybody just be spontaneous because it drains you emotionally and mentally and otherwise, right? And also there's this element called decision fatigue. So I wouldn't advise really spontaneity. I don't know what to call it, so I'm calling it spontaneity, so bite me. Okay, so number four, consistency teaches boundaries without constant battles. Okay, so when everything is done consistently, then the person who's being consistent and the people they're being consistent with, they then understand the boundaries. Because that, oh, this is the boundary, oh, this is to be done, this is not to be done because of this, because of that, therefore we're living within this boundary because of that, right? Everybody understands what is done, when it's done, and why it's done, without having to fight over it, without having battles, right? So everything will just fall into place without having to fight over it. Okay, so sorry guys, my chest is wheezing. Okay, so now let's go on to the evolution of routine and structure. How did this thing start? How did it come about? Like, who thought of this? Like, what happened, right? First of all, I'd like to say that collective, where Chichi firstly, I just want to say that humanity evolves, and evolution is effective when it's done collectively. So this was collective consciousness evolution, right? First of all, initially, I'll read this because I don't have it in my head. Okay, so initially, Chichi, where's Chichi? Can I have something here? So initially, please give me my spray in the back of this backpack. Beautiful. Can I have my spray there at the back? At the back now. At the back, right here. Yeah, boy. So initially, child caring was communal. So children followed the flow of the community life. There was no individualized routine. Right? Thank you, baby. Right? Routine was not individualized. Sorry, Facebook, I'm shaking here. So if I'm shaking, you're going to shake with me. Okay? So okay. Start more. Okay. So my chest was wheezing, guys. So sorry about that if it was disturbing for you or triggering. Okay. So initially, child rearing was communal, right? Children followed the flow of the communal life. There was no individualized routine. So if the community is doing this, you also have to do this so that everything will flow in line with the community. Okay. So, and then back in the day, discipline meant obedience. Okay, Routines were about social order, not child psychology, right? So which means that routine and structure was there even back in the day, but then it wasn't for the benefit of the child. It was for the benefit of society, to maintain order and progress and peace and harmony. Everybody had to follow a certain routine, right? It was so rigid. It wasn't for the benefit of the child, okay? So that's how back in the day it was. It was not for the child psychology. But then we noticed that children are individual entities too. Right? As we evolved, as we moved along as the collective conscious, or as the collective consciousness, we then understood that, oh, kids are not just a by the way thing that we can just drag along, right? They are also entities, right? Sentient beings that also have feelings, that are also autonomous, that have all these needs and adult needs, right? So we then understood that, and then we shifted from moral rules, right? Because remember, morality and routines and structure was in line with the community. Everybody is following this because the community has to do this to maintain order. But now we understand that, oh, kids they also need to be part of this thing, and they also need their special corner, right? So now we shifted from these things being moral rules to developmental needs. For them to develop well, what are their needs? What does the community now have to do to, right, to accommodate children? Okay, so we moved from moral rules to developmental needs. And then we noticed that children in predictable environments, which means that environments with routines and structures that accommodate the kids, right, had fewer behavioral problems, right? Your ADHDs, your autism, and all of those. I don't like calling them disorders. I like calling them misunderstood gifts. But we're not there today. Let's not focus on that. So, but let's read what I wrote here. We then noticed that children in predictable environments had fewer behavioral problems. I hate this. Let's call it what it is, right? We noticed that children in predictable environments had fewer ununderstood needs. Okay, so routine became recognized as emotional anchors, not just schedules to be followed. Okay, so that's how this thing evolved, right? First, it was because, hey, right? Children should just fall in line, right? Because we don't want any problems, okay? So first it was that. And then we evolved into saying, oh, wait a minute. Children are as important and as sentient as adults are. So let's find a room for them, a special room, a special corner to put them there so they can thrive. And then while we're discovering that corner, we then understood that, oh, if we can have an environment whereby structure and routine is developed around their developmental needs, they will have more peace, more emotional stability, right? More emotional intelligence. So let's have that, right? Let's have boundaries and structures and routines that align with their developmental needs. And that's where we are today, and that's why we'll be talking about this. Okay. So everything that you bring forth has its pros and cons, has its own challenges, right? So in line with routines and structure, what are challenges we have here? Okay, the first challenge is bedtime battles. Right? It is when children just resist sleep. They don't want to sleep and they're fighting you. Hi, Mam Kusi. They're fighting you for sleep. They just don't want to go to sleep, okay? So why are they doing this? Number one is FOMO. Fear of missing out, right? They feel like if I sleep, I am going to miss out. Whatever is happening right now around me, I will miss out. So no, I don't want to do that, right? I don't want to miss out on what is happening around me in line with life right now. Okay, so number one is fear of missing out, and number two is separation anxiety. Children feel like when they are going to sleep, they won't be able to see their primary caregiver, or maybe their primary caregiver may then go away, right? Or they understand that sleep is an activity whereby it's an individual thing, right? Sleep is just like being analyzed like just like death a bit, because it's something you have to do on your own. It's now you're supposed to live in a world of your own, right? Live in exclusion. So they don't want that, right? It then triggers their separation anxiety. Okay, so. Another one is overstimulation, right? Especially when they're watching before bed, playing before bed, right? Overstimulation then triggers FOMO a bit, right? Oh, I was playing, this game was really fun, right? So I don't want to sleep because I will miss out on this fun, right? Maybe they were watching something and it was getting interesting. Oh my God, this thing was getting really interesting. So I don't want to miss out, right? So overstimulation triggers FOMO, and also it elevates or it overstimulates the nervous system, right? The nervous system still feels hyper. It feels like, oh, I have to be active. I have to be hyperactive right now because I have to focus on this. So cortisol is released more, right? Cortisol is released more, and a lot of hormones and chemicals are being released, which tell the body to be hyperactive and hyper aware. So how can you sleep when you are hyperactive and hyper aware, right? So overstimulation does that. And another reason why there are bedtime battles is inconsistency. Today they're sleeping at 6 p.m. Tomorrow they're sleeping at 9 p.m. and the next day it's 12 midnight, right? It's inconsistent. The time they're sleeping, high kinetic energy. The time is inconsistent, right? So it doesn't stabilize their brain, their mental processing, their body, their circadian cycle, right? But if they know that, okay, when the time goes down, the body listens. When the sun goes down, after a certain amount of hours, and the body is supposed to sleep, by this time, the body will not even consistency, my guy. Consistency will just tell the body that the body will just feel it. The body will just feel it, interpret it before anything. I'm well, Your Majesty. I'm well, kinetic energy. I'm well, my Emerald. Right, the body will just interpret it before you even dissect and bisect it and try to even analyze it. The body will just say, yeah, Baba, I want to sleep. I am sleeping now, therefore I am sleeping, right? So we're training the body here, right? So if every day it's 7 p.m. bedtime, the body will just collapse at 7 p.m. without the baby even being able to fight it, right? So another challenge is inconsistency because of that. So what's the solution to these reasons why there are bedtime battles? How can we solve bedtime battles? Okay, number one, having a predictable ritual. We are tricking the body here, tricking and training the body, right? So having predictable rituals. Maybe the baby will see that, okay, it's sundown. We retire every day when it's sundown. We then have our dinner or nighttime meal, right? After our nighttime meal, we then take a bath, and then after taking the bath, we then have a bedtime story. And after carrying out this bedtime story thingy, we then sleep, right? The body will just be like, okay, it's this, okay. By the time I read the bedtime story, the body will be saying, I know the next day. I know the next page. You don't even need to spell it out for me, right? So yes, it's just training. Let's call it just training and tricking, okay? And by the way, disclaimer, I'm not saying that I got everything right and I'm saying these things because I'm practicing them. Hell no. I know the theory. I know what I'm supposed to do, but then I am barely able to carry out everything to the team. I am just speaking forth, or I'm just giving you guys information on what is on the word, the tricks, the tricks of life, on how you can tackle some of these things. Maybe you guys would be able to do it, but then some of the things, personally, I failed, right? I failed. So yeah, don't then take what I'm saying and say, wow, Pico on a Flight has, okay. And they say that, oh, Pico on a Flight has got this. Wow, she's really analyzing it. She's really killing it. And no, not at all. I know the information. I know the theory. I know what I'm supposed to do. But I can barely pull it off 90% of the time. All right. Okay, it's just human nature. You cannot do it all. especially in this world whereby patriarchy and capitalism has got us by the neck, right? You have to be 100% present at home and also be able to provide, right, financially and otherwise. So it's a bit impossible to be a jack of all trades and master of all. Okay, you may be a jack of all trades and master of none, which means you are literally putting forth bare minimum to each and every of these things, right? So you can either be that or jack of that trade and master of it, which means you are completely neglecting the other thing. Okay, so yeah. He's being naughty. Chichi, please put this thing, the stopper thing, on the door. No, take the other one. He's using that one. There's another one there. Give him the other one. You see it? Thank you. Hi. Today I have a baby here who's very disturbing, guys. Sorry. Where was I? Oh, I was talking about predictable rituals. Okay. Predictable rituals. That okay, you do this, you do that, you do. By the time it's bedtime, the body will already be telling the child that, oh, I know the next move, and oh, by now I'm tired, right? So that's the first one, and the second one is calm cues, right? Calm cues. The baby understands that every time that's going bedtime. Every time when it's bedtime, it's bedtime. The lights get dimmer. We use soft speaking voice, right? With no sudden movements. Everybody is in bed, right? So if you use these cues, the baby then understands that, oh, it's sleep time now, right? TikTok just kicked me out. Okay, TikTok just kicked me out, guys, but I am back. I don't know what happened. I just got kicked out. I don't know. Okay, guys. Oh, okay. It's moving again. Yo, guys, I'm having problems with TikTok. Yo! Anyways, let me just move on because it's recording. So, hey! Everyone, guys, the moment I will get to this point and be like, with my phone, because I'm sure it's my phone, let me space. Sorry, Facebook, because yeah, my Facebook phone behaves strange. Okay. The thing then just drains my spirit, because then we're like, okay, will it happen again? Or will it happen again and then I won't be able to come back? It's a lot, but that's not where we are. Okay. So, yes, I was talking about calm cues, okay? Then the baby will know that, okay, now we're using these cues, which means these cues are cueing for bedtime, okay? Also, if the baby has a comfort object or finds comfort in a certain object, you give them that object when it's about to be sleep time so that they can find comfort in sleep. They know that, oh, my teddy or my sleepy blanket or my whatever, they find comfort in, right? Oh, it's nearby, therefore I have this, so, So give them their comfort objects. And also consistency. Oh, we're going to be talking about consistency so much on this live, because consistency is the backbone, literally the foundation of this topic. If without consistency we cannot pull this off, guys. Like, truth be told, if I'll do it at 7, then the next time I'm doing it at 6, and the next time I'm doing it at 9, right? It won't work, because we need structure. Remember, we need boundaries. We need to know that this is the limit right here, right? Not because we want to control. Remember last week we were talking about boundaries, right? Talking about gentle parenting and boundaries. We spoke about boundaries, so you understand that boundaries are not control, boundaries are not rules, but they are ways to contain sanity, to contain you know what, just check the previous session, because today I'm not talking about boundaries, okay? Check my previous sessions. If you can start from week 1, you will understand. If you're new today, you may miss a few things, but if you can start fresh from week 1, and then take it along with you until week 15, it will make much sense as to what we're talking about today. Okay, so we need a structure, we need boundaries so that we can prevent overwhelm and chaos. Okay, otherwise it's just for that, not to control. Okay, so yes, okay, so yes, consistency. Don't extend bedtime even after they protest. When they say no, we don't want to sleep, and you're like, okay, maybe they will do it at 9, right? When it's bedtime, it's just bedtime, strictly. But then there is another way to do this so that it prevents protests, right? We'll talk about it as we move along, right? It applies almost to everything. And the natural cues, we spoke about the sun, right? Make the year's cycle to align with the natural cycle, the circadian cycle. Okay, they understand that, okay, when it's sun up, for me with my kids, I never even trained them, they just are like that, right? When the sun starts to rise, it's becoming daytime, right? They just wake up. Sanjay, they just wake up. I'm like, wow. But again, the nighttime part, well, I'm still struggling there, right? So you can train them, if it's possible for you, that when the sun goes down, after a few hours, right, you just train their bodies that after 2 hours, right, it's then sleep time. Okay, so you can align their circadian cycle with nature's. Okay, you can also do that. And then number 2, okay, the first one, right, was bedtime battles. Okay, the common challenges. 1, bedtime battles. Number 2, it's mealtime chaos. All right, sorry TikTok, I'll sometimes look at this part of my screen because today I don't have a dual stand. I have a stand that can only accommodate one phone, one device. So today Facebook is here. I love you, Facebook. So today Facebook is here, so I'll sometimes look at them, right? Or sometimes look at you. While I'm looking at you, they're going to see my chin. Right? Okay. So the second chaos is the second challenge is mealtime chaos. What is mealtime chaos? It's refusal, throwing food, picky eating, right? Those kind of adversities are mealtime chaos. Why is the mealtime chaos? Number 1, it's assertive autonomy, right? When a child is starting to understand food and starting to be like, I want to be in charge of what goes into my mouth, right? I picky eating, I don't like this, I like that, right? All of those things. Yes, the developmental picky phase, right? It's not abnormal, it's just a way of developing independence and autonomy. Okay, being a picky eater, they're trying to be in control of their lives, they're trying to grasp independence outside of you telling them or dictating, being a dictator of their lives. So they're trying to find their footing, their control over their lives. It's an evolutionary, it's part of the evolution gene. Gene expressions. What it shows that you are growing when you start asserting autonomy. So yes, picky eating is a way of asserting autonomy. Yes. Sorry guys, but yeah, yes, it makes sense. And then also, what's another one? Asserting autonomy. 2, developmental picky phase. 3, caregiver stress or rushing meals. When the caregiver is stressed, remember I said in one of my previous in one of our previous lives that children can sense tension. When there is tension, they try to escalate it so that they can not lose themselves, right? Imagine Gwana Nawenje as an individual, you are in a space whereby things are not stable, right? You can feel that no, and I don't have my footing well, right? You try by all means with a nail to grasp and ground yourself, right? By all means possible. So the best way they do this is by then trying to be in control of the situation, which means that if there is a sensing stress or tension, they try to escalate it so that at least they have the upper hand, right? So yes, when there is stress, children can sense it, and then they try to escalate the tension. So when you are stressed during food time, they then throw tantrums in line with the food. Tell kid they is in line with the food. Maybe they start throwing food, they start throwing tantrums because they can feel the stress, and then rushing meals. Eat fast. Yeah, they're doing everything under pressure because you want to go and do something else as the caregiver. Remember, I mentioned that in this world of patriarchy and capitalism, you cannot focus 100% on one thing because there's something else under there over there, which is the direct opposite to this. In fact, it's two competing factors, both pulling you towards different directions. Motherhood or caregiving, the caregiving role, is truly a competitor of capitalism. Motherhood requires you to care, be there, and you're just providing the unseen labor, and it's not paid. Capitalism says, productive. I want to see what you're doing, right? The labor shouldn't be invisible. We have to see what you have done so that you can earn the money or earn the resources that we are being paid we are being paid in, right? So yes, it's the direct opposite. This side, we can't see what you have done. You cannot tell me that you have brought up a baby. Where is the proof that it was you or it was nature? You can't say that you have fed the baby. Where is the proof? What if the baby fed itself? You can't prove that you were there for a baby. Sure, how can you have to record? Okay, record. Put a camera over there for 24-hour surveillance so that you can be seen moving around. And the sad part is, caring for a baby doesn't seem like caring for a baby. It just, caring for a baby is presence. The fact that you're there, you are sharing the aura, your electromagnetic frequency with the baby's electromagnetic frequency. The baby is literally blood sucking, sucking your aura. I kid you not, if you can take a baby and put them in the forest, away from human proximity, they are sucking nobody's electromagnetic frequency. I kid you not, that baby will not survive. Even if they have all the amount of food in the world, they will never survive, because a baby's survival, a baby can only ground in this physical realm if there is a core, I want to call it the right word. And let's call it an emotional regulator. If there is an emotional regulator, then a child will survive then. And what is emotional regulation? Emotional regulation is literally letting somebody suck on your aura. I was getting to the fact that even if you can put up that camera, 24-hour camera surveillance there to show that you were caregiving this child, it will not be shown because a camera cannot pick up the electromagnetic frequency you were giving out the whole day long. So yes, I was talking about this pressure. Eat fast because I have to be somewhere else, or I have to do something else to be productive. That's where we are in this day and age. You have to be here and also be here in these two competing spaces. I know somebody may come and say, look at it in a positive manner. Think of it being complementary. They are not competing. Yeah, Baba, these two things are competing. Capitalism and motherhood. Believe me, these two things are competing. Even if you can say, no, it's complementary. No, please. Don't lie to yourselves. Been there, done that, been doing this thing for more than 7 years. I mean, for more than 6 years. I'm going for 7 years now. So please, no. It's not that I'm dumb or I'm a crybaby or I was weaker. No. There's nothing I haven't tried. And believe me when I say I'm one of the most intelligent humans to ever walk this earth, which means I've truly tried everything, monitored and evaluated everything. It doesn't work. These two things are competing. They're not completing. They're not complementing each other. Motherhood and capitalism, no. This one wants unseen labor, yet this one wants seen labor. Here you're just doing out of love, and here you're doing to gain resources. I can go on and on, but then there's not a topic for that. Today we are talking routine and structure. Okay, so yes, I was trying to explain as to the rushed meals, right? Eat, 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 because I have to be somewhere. Also, that creates chaos because the baby can sense that, and babies hate doing things under pressure. As I've said, babies love control, love a sense of cohabiting and cooperating, right? They don't want to be pushed or pressured into something. They want a sense of autonomy, right? Okay, where were we? Solution to these. What can we do to prevent mealtime chaos? Okay. Number one, frequent pressure-free exposure to food, right? Try to show, especially if they are picky eaters, right? You try to introduce oatmeal, and they are refusing it the first time, right? Don't say, "Yay, yay, eat!" Right? No, no, no. Try again the following day without any pressure. If they refuse again, try again, right? Until maybe one day they will agree to it, maybe they won't. But then I'm not speaking this to be ignorant or saying that somebody may not have enough resources or food to waste, right? I cannot be giving them this and then throwing it away because it's resources. We have limited amount of food, right? So you will know what to do. You'll know what to do when your resources are limited. You'll know what to do, and when they're not, you will take this information, right? Okay. Yes. Frequent and pressure-free exposure. Okay, and number two, you have to go and show Chichi. And then number two, give them toddler-sized portions. If they're a toddler, give them their fair share, right? Don't then give a toddler food that should be eaten by an adult. Don't give a child or a teenager food that should be eaten by, right? So you know these portions, or sometimes you can allow them to lead because there is a child, there is a toddler who wants maybe a share that can be also eaten by an adult. So just study your baby, right? Study your child. And also please check my previous videos because there are literally topics that focus on such things. There's a topic that solely focuses on food. So yes, check out my previous videos. And also if you want to go and show Chichi, mom. Go and show Chichi the woo. Where was I? Sorry guys, today I might be a mess. It's a lot going on. I'm transmitting my first but I don't understand. Chichi, try to be there so he can follow you. Yes, sorry guys, today as you can see, one, I'm at home, two, maybe my baby's right, I'm not in my normal working space. At home they know that when mom is in the office we don't disturb her. Right now they're like, this girl is literally in the bedroom, which means she's enjoying life, therefore let's go and have fun with her, right? I feel like it's just today's topic in practical form, right? We're literally seeing this thing being carried out practically. See, when there is no routine or structure, the baby will be like, we're out of boundaries, we're out of sight, therefore let's, okay. Exactly. So yes, we're talking about portions. Give them toddler-sized portions if they're toddlers, child-sized portions, but depending on what the child needs. Listen to the child, make sure that the child leads so that you can see what the child needs, right? And letting the child lead doesn't mean you're a failure as a parent. It means that you are present enough to be observant, okay? Yes. Model eating calmly yourself, right? Eat calmly and slowly and enjoy your food so that your baby can understand that, oh, food is not a threat, food is not danger, but food is peace, okay? So yes, eat calmly and model that, okay? And also end meal gently if food is thrown. Once they start throwing tantrums around food, just end the meal gently. Don't shout, don't do all of these dramatic gestures. Just end the mealtime gently because it means that either the baby is full or now the baby is not interested. Remember, child led. Letting the child lead doesn't mean that you're a failure as a parent. It just means that you are present enough to be observant, okay? Offer small choices, right? Remember I told you. Oh, okay, go and tell you to help you with the board. Offer small choices, okay? Remember I told you that children love to have a sense of control, to have a sense of autonomy and independence. So when you offer small choices, what do you want to eat today? Carrots or peas, right? We are giving them that sense of independence, yeah, and of course the sense of autonomy, okay? So offer those small choices, and also practice communal meal time whereby everybody sits down to eat. These then it proves to them, because Sam, please go to the sitting room, mommy. Please don't kick the, careful not to kick the my phone stand. Careful not to kick my phone stand. Yo. Guys, it's a lot. It's a lot. Where was I? Oh yes, it's communal mealtime. Here the children then understand that, oh, I'm not the one being forced onto this thing called food. Everybody is here, everybody is enjoying it, which means that it's a thing to be done by everybody. I'm not an outcast, right? So yes, that's what it enforcers. Yeah, you know what I mean. Right. So yes. And then the third one. First one was bedtime battles. These are the challenges in line with routine and structure. One, it's bedtime battles. The second one is mealtime chaos. And then the third one is transition. What is transition? Moving from one activity to another, or from one area to another area, right? It's another challenge in line with routine and structure. How so? Number one, kids struggle with shifting focus, right? They are focused on this thing and they're focused 100%. Shifting their focus, really, it's a transition for them. Hi, Andy. How are you, baby girl? Please renew your beam. Your beam is great. Please renew your beam. Right, so children struggle from moving from one activity to another, or from one area to another, because they can't shift focus like that. They can't multitask, unlike adults, okay? And also adults were not meant to multitask. We'll talk about this on a different video. Thank you, baby girl. Mwah, thank you, Andy. Right. So that's the first reason why we're having a challenge in transition, okay? So yes. Kids struggle with shifting focus. And then number two, lack of warning or cues. Yes. Where am I, guys? My notes. Yes, lack of warning or ritual cues. Okay. They need warning, right? Maybe like, oh, but we'll get to the solutions, but then let me just bits and pieces. Maybe like saying, oh, 5 minutes to go before we go into the, right? Maybe they were playing a game like, okay, 10 minutes to go before we transit to bathing, right? So have those visual cues and warning signs to help them transit smoothly and effectively, okay? And then another one is sudden changes. Go to kid and mommy. Sudden changes feel like loss of control. That's why they cannot multitask, because moving from this to this, it then makes them, they get overwhelmed. They can't suddenly change from one activity to another, or from one area to another, because they feel like they're losing control. Remember, the golden rule to children is that they love it when they're having a sense of control, the sense of independence. You love what you don't have. The grass is always on the other side. If they can understand, if kids can understand that being independent and having a sense of autonomy and sovereignty is so hard, that you wouldn't want it. But then as human beings, you want what you don't have. Right now, they are under the guidance of a parent. They are under control and leadership of an adult. So what they want is independence and autonomy. So that's what they want. They just want control, because it's something they can't have, right? So that's what they are fighting for. So if you can give them a sense of control, then they become calm and emotionally stable and emotionally grounded and emotionally intelligent, okay? So yes. They can't shift focus because they feel like, oh, I've lost step. Right. So yes, they can't transit fast. Sudden changes, they feel like loss of control to them. So how can we solve this? What are the solutions in line with all of these transition factors? Number one, advance notice, just as I mentioned. Number one is advance, noticing them in advance, that okay, 5 more minutes before we go for a bath, okay, 5 more minutes before bedtime, right? It's about to be, right? These things helps them transit. They know that, oh, it's about to be time for a transition, so they will gradually shift their focus from what they were doing to what you are about to do next, right? And there can be also transition rituals. What are transition rituals, right? Maybe you can chant a song, you can have a transition song. It's about to be bath time. Woo! It's about to be bath time. Make it fun, make it engaging, right? They will know that, oh, it's about to be bath time and it's fun, right? Make it fun. The transition, making the transition fun. Maybe play a tidy up game, right? When it's time, we're moving from playtime to bath time. We're playing a tidy up game. Clean up, making it a song and also making it a game. Or I dare you to tidy up faster than, right? Or can you tidy up and collect these color-coded things? Maybe tidy up the yellow colors here, the green colors here, the blue colors here, so that you can make it fun, right? Can you show me color yellow? There is yellow. Where does yellow go? It goes into that yellow color-coded box, right? Make it a game. Play around it so that they can see that, oh, we are still playing but transcending from playing to bath time. Okay, it's a smooth transition from literally playing to literally bathing, but it's that limbo, it's that no man's land between playing and bath time, right? We're still playing, yes, but we're about to bath, right? So yeah, it's that kind of smooth transition. Okay. Yes. We're on rituals and song. And then also offer small autonomy, as I've said. Remember, children are craving control, independence and autonomy, right? So offer that small autonomy. For example, by saying, do you want to walk to the bathtub or you want to be carried there, right? They would feel empowered. Right, they will feel empowered. They'll be like, oh, they're asking for my input as to how I want to go there, how I want to get there, right? And then they'll be like, okay, I want to walk or I want to be carried. See, now you're bringing forth the interest of getting to the bathtub. You will get to the bathtub either way, but which one do you fancy? Walking or being carried, right? So it's about tricking them, giving them autonomy, but knowing for sure that you're the one in control, right? Exactly. So keep transition constant. Remember I told you this. In each and every section of this topic, we're going to talk about consistency, because consistency is the backbone of this topic. Consistency is literally the foundation of this topic. So be consistent, meaning that it should be the same cues every time. It should be the same cleanup song. Don't invent a lot of songs for cleanup, because they'll be confused that, okay, what is she singing right now? Is it maybe a song from church, or maybe it's a song from her ritual circles? What is she singing now, right? But when it's one song every day, they will know that, no, even if I'm facing which direction, this is the cleanup song. Even if I'm playing a loud game in my corner, that's a cleanup song. I know a cleanup song when I'm hearing one, right? So be consistent. The cues, they shouldn't change about that. Today it's this cue, today is this, right? They will not understand. Thank you. And they will not understand what is happening. Yet if it's one thing every single time, they will then know it. It will ring as an anthem at the back of their mind, in their subconscious programming, okay? Because here, we're trying to create boundaries so that we prevent chaos, okay? So yes. Keep transitions consistent. Use same cues all the time. So we're done with the third challenge. Now we're moving to the fourth and final challenge. Hi, Loazim. to the fourth and final challenge of routine. Okay, we mentioned the first challenge in line with routine. Mwah, thank you, Lozi. The first challenge in line with routine is bedtime battles, and then we went to mealtime chaos, and then we went to transitions, and now we're coming to inconsistency. I said this. Oh, I am so happy because I said this, and I will forever say it again. In the Grand Rising, Your Majesty, how do you do today? In today's topic, in today's session, consistency will be the word of the day because it is the backbone of today's session. Consistency is the foundation of today's session. Remember that in each and every point I made, there is consistency. There is consistency. So now, the last challenge, the very challenge of routine and structure is consistency, right? Inconsistency results to caregiver exhaustion. And if the caregiver is exhausted, they may then skip some routines, okay? Why is that? Why are some caregivers inconsistent in skipping routines? Number one, it's solo caregiving, fatigue, stress, all of these things, right? Again, I will forever go back. 14 kilometers strong. Oh my God, you added 4 kilometers. Congrats, baby girl. Consistency, my love. I truly agree with you. So yes, consistency is key, right? Also, Nami Pila saying a breaker because Loazi here is just telling me about her 14 kilometers. Now I'm like, oh, this girl. Okay, for me, for now, I skip, right? Even skipping rope because jumping up and down, just like when you're running, when you're running, you're jumping up and down a bit, just a bit. So jumping up and down against gravity helps you exercise. It helps your cells be like, oh, yeah, friction against, right? So yes, you can skip, you can do yoga, but then guys, I'd love everybody to clap hands for Loazi. Loazi has been doing this, guys, for how long, Loaz? How long have you been running for? Yes, yes, Lozi. But then, flowers to you, Majesty, flowers to you, consistency. I yes you. Thank you, baby girl. Thank you, Lozi. Right. So consistency is key. But then, inconsistency here for 2 months. Oh my, Lozi has been going for above like 10 kilometers for the past 2 months every day. Consistency. So consistency truly is the backbone, just like I was speaking. Consistency is the backbone of routine and structure. I think Velelos has provided us with practicals. Yes, a practical example of how consistency works. And you can say, guys, she looks like she's 16. Lozi looks like she's 16, guys. You can never, and I won't even mention her age because wow, I was so shocked when she told me about her age. I was like, what? I thought you were 16. Oh, by the way, guys, I'll sometimes checking this or sometimes use this angle. Facebook today is here. I'm at home today. I'm at my mom's place, so I can't. My mom has a ring light that supports one phone. So yeah, only TikTok is here and Facebook is on my laptop. So Facebook is here. But then yes. Oh, thank you, Lucy. Thank you, baby girl. Thank you very much. I truly appreciate you. Yes. But then Loazi was just showing us practicals on how consistency works in line with routine and structure, right? But then, as I've said, we're living in a world of patriarchy whereby the masculine aspect of life is praised more than the feminine aspect of life, right? So when you're being productive, right, we can see you're doing visible labor, right? We are seeing you sweating, moving up and down. We are praising productivity over nurturing and doing unseen labor, right? So it creates fatigue because, as I've said, this thing is pulling a mother to be drawn on different areas of life, competing areas of life, right? Capitalism is drawing her towards being a provider and life and love is pulling her towards being being a present parent. Oh, you have requested. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. There we go. Yes. Okay. Hi, Lozim. Okay, right. So that's what happens. So if you're like that, if you're being pulled in towards different competing spheres of life, how guys? So when you're being pulled, thank you, Loz. I appreciate your presence, Shem. So when you're being pulled to different competing spheres of life and you're one person, that will create stress. It will create overwhelm. It will create fatigue, right? Because you are not meant to be jack of all trades and master of all, right? If you are that, then literally you're sacrificing something which is mostly your nervous system, right? If you're jack of all trades and master of all, then your nervous system is fried, guaranteed, right? You are literally paying the price with your nervous system. But then in most aspects, taken from me, for example, I then noticed that, okay, my nervous system is getting fried. Therefore, let me be a jack of all trades and master of none, right? Provide bare minimum wherever I can, right? As I move, hi, Nosy, we see you there. Oh, wow, under a thatched roof. Oh, gosh, this girl is truly a gold. Right. So I then evolved to being a jack of all trades, but master of none. And then and a fire. Yo, Facebook, can you check this out, guys? Look at this girl. Wow, she's busted a fire and she's under a thatched roof. Am I not jealous? Yo, I envy. But then, as I was saying, guys, I then evolved into being a jack of all trades and master of none, offering bare minimum into my business, bare minimum into a motherhood. And then I discovered that, you know what? Let me just focus on one thing, be jack of that thing and master that thing, and then move on to the next and then master that thing, right? Not multitask, but do one thing at a go, master it, and then go for the other thing and master it. So I then went into motherhood, by the way, right? I started with my business. I mastered it. Right now, I'm waiting for clients. I will get there, but then I have mastered the business sphere. So now I'm on motherhood, right? I mastered motherhood a long time ago, but I was like, okay, since no clients are coming forth for now, let me not force it. Motherhood for me is a flawless gift in as much as the patriarchy and capitalistic system doesn't support it and doesn't applaud it. Right now I don't care about applause. I don't care about validation. Truly, let me just focus on what comes naturally for me. So I then focus on motherhood, jack of motherhood and master of motherhood, and it's been so much fun. It's been an amazing journey. That's why I'm here today, right? That's why I'm here today, Facebook. So yes. As caregivers, where was I? Yes, solo caregiving, it leads to fatigue, stress, and overwhelm, right? And then another reason why maybe some caregivers can be inconsistent is lack of support systems. As I've said, most systems today are supporting and applauding patriarchy and capitalism. If you're being masculine, be strong, be a provider, right? The masculine traits, we are applauding you for that. But then when you're a caregiver, nobody's supporting you and be like, yeah, you're doing great, right? It's really rare. It does happen, but it's quite rare, right? Nobody is applauding the caregiving roles, right? And also capitalism, right? When you are producing for payment, right? They're applauding you. Wow, halala unemali, right? But nobody is applauding you literally being a host to these parasites called children. So, no, I'm not saying that they are like that. I'm just making an example that because they are siphoning your electromagnetic frequency, they are sucking your aura. But because nobody can see your aura being taken away from you to your kids, they will not applaud you for that. They will just say, oh, well, you're not doing anything, eh? You're just sitting there and your babies are there. It's not like that. Yet they are not seeing the deeper, the spiritual exchange, right? Whereby the babies are literally surviving on your aura. And who is pouring into your cup? in these systems. Nobody is pouring into your cup. You have to pour into your own cup. From where? Right, so it's a challenge really. There are no supporting systems in line with caregiving, so you may be inconsistent with routines and structure because of that, right? And then also you skip routines, right? When you are so tired and overwhelmed, you'll be like, let me just let it be, let me just let things flow as they are. If they are playing for 4 hours instead of 2 hours, so what? It's giving me enough time to rest, right? And then you are falling off. Then it leads you to skipping routines. So solutions to this: how can we solve this challenge of solo caregiving? Number one, it's simplifying routines. If you can see that you are still in the phase of being a jack of all trades, master of all, or jack of all trades, master of none, try to make these routines simpler. Okay, make it a simple, few steps, right, but consistent, right? Just know that when it's from playtime to bath time, I sing this short song. It's clean up time, right? It's shorter. The song is shorter, but it does the exact same impact as it does to clean up, clean up. We all had fun today. Now it's time to clean up and put everything away. Hey, clean up, right? It's longer. That one is longer, but then it does the same impact. It's clean up time. Does, right? So make it short but consistent, okay? Simple, it's just simple, right? Ask for help. I know I've just mentioned that patriarchy and capitalism is applauded. If it's just the mother and the father and the children, it's a nucleated family surrounded by a wall fence, isolated from other community members. We're like, wow, beautiful, you've made it in life. That's what we applaud in this day and age. We applaud isolation. So who are you going to ask for help from in this era? Because this is how we're living now, right? So sorry guys. So ask for help if possible, but if not possible, I'll forever say this: I offer support every day at 10 a.m. We have a meeting as mothers or anybody really who just needs support, who needs a crutch, who needs a sense of community for leaning on. Every day at 10 a.m. we have that. And if you're interested in having that kind of support, maybe really you have been assimilated by this era whereby really there's just nobody to support you. You have no one, you've got no community members, you've got no family. So we are here for you every day, 10 a.m. Just WhatsApp this number and we'll take it from there, okay? So just ask for help, okay? Another solution is to anchor around non-negotiables, okay? You may let the other one slide, right? Like your bath time, your play time, just because guys, it's bad, it's extremely overwhelming, so you can just let it slide, but anchor on meal time and sleep time, or excuse me, depending on what you perceive as non-negotiables. For me, it's sleep time and food time. I just never, high 5-star, I never negotiate those, right? I'm very, very rigid. Thank you, Eunice. Welcome, Eunice. I'm very rigid in line with sleep time and food time, right? So if you feel extremely overwhelmed, just have those non-negotiables whereby you're like, no, this is done on this particular time every day. No matter how overwhelmed I am, I'm going to be doing this consistently and on the exact same time every day. So anchor on non-negotiables, okay? Because you can't do it all. You can't be, yeah, I've been there, done that. I know that you can't do it all, okay? So also, last but not least, forgive yourself, right? As I've said, that sometimes I'm extremely overwhelmed to an extent that bath time is just compromised. I'm like, you know what, maybe today I'm going to skip bath time because right? Or maybe bath time is normally at 9 a.m. for example. I'll be like, you know what, let me just postpone it to 1 p.m. because right? So yes, forgive yourself. It happens. Forgive yourself, try again. Maybe one day you will get your footing, maybe one day consistency will become second nature, but forgive yourself until the time comes, okay? Forgive yourself and retry. Forgive yourself and retry, okay? So that's it for common challenges in line with routine and structure, right? It is bedtime battles, mealtime chaos, transition, and inconsistencies. But then we have deciphered how to solve them, okay? And then let's bath let's bust some myths, shall we? Boom, 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 boom. Okay, the first myth is routines make life rigid. No, routines don't make life rigid, but routines create freedom by reducing chaos. If your life is not chaotic, as I've said, remember I said at the beginning of this live that it's nice to be spontaneous when it's aligned with fun, but when it's aligned with performance, expectations, and chores, being spontaneous truly induces a decision fatigue. Right? Decision fatigue is a serious kind of fatigue because you cannot detect it by your physical eye. You cannot say, yeah, I'm tired, therefore let me sleep. Decision fatigue is a silent analyzer, a silent killer, because it will eat you up until you may even trip, lose your mind, or even, right, die. Right, it's that bad because you can't see it and heal it. Okay, so that's the problem with decision fatigue. So no, please don't be spontaneous. Have structure, have a routine, so that you know that, okay, I don't have to decide literally each and everything. Some things are just aligned. This is what is done on this time, like this, because of this, right? So routine, it doesn't make life really rigid per se, but it minimizes the chaos and the spontaneity, right, around everything, eliminating decision fatigue. So you then, the chaos then gets moved away, and you get the freedom of just clarity and peace, right? You're buying yourself freedom, right? So yeah, no. And then another myth is toddlers or children can't follow routine. No. Toddlers and children learn through repetition and cues. So they can follow routine if you repeatedly enforce the boundary that, okay, this is what is done at this time because of this, right? Even if they forget, you come back the following day, you remind them, this is what is done at this time, because until they grasp it. And also, while you are enforcing these boundaries, make sure that the cues are consistent too, right? For example, I made an example that when you are singing a song, right, it's cleanup time. Don't then change yesterday and say that, it's cleanup time. No. It should be consistent so they understand that when you say it's cleanup time, their nerves, their subconscious system knows that, oh, we're about to bath, right? We're cleaning up now because we're about to bath, right? So have the same cues every time. When it's about to be sleep time, they should know that it's bath time. It's we turn off the lights, we're reading the bedtime story, we're using soft voice. When tomorrow now you are using a loud voice, hey. No, the cues should be consistent. So it's not that toddlers cannot follow routine, it's because we are not consistent enough to enforce the boundaries and the cues. But then when everything is consistent, believe me, these people, these amazing entities are, these entities are the best to grasp, right? So yes, they can follow routine if repetition of cues and rituals are put in place effectively. And also myth number 3 says skipping routine doesn't matter. No. Inconsistency confuses children and increases defiance. They may be defiant really because they will fight. What is this now, right? Because you are being inconsistent, right? It confuses them, so therefore they may then strike. They may strike and be defiant. Okay, and moreover, chaos isn't good for the caregiver's nervous system. Right, we're going back to the decision fatigue. When everything is chaotic, you have to literally be always in solving mode. So you get emotionally fatigued by this, right? So yes, routine does matter because consistency does matter to avoid chaos and to see results. Okay, and the last myth is routines are only for sleep and meals. I said that in as much as those are negotiables, but routines shape daily activities, right? For me, sleep and meals are non-negotiables, okay? But then that doesn't mean that routines should be only for those activities. No. For me, they only apply when I'm extremely overwhelmed, right? When I'm like, okay, I can't do bath time today because my nervous system is shut down. Okay, okay, I can't do it, right? They're just non-negotiables, but then it doesn't mean that routines only apply to those activities. No, routines apply to every activity, literally every activity, so that you can have structure pain. As we said that we need structure to make routine reliable. So for structure to be the base, to be the foundation of this house we are building, the structure should be solid, right? Should be solid, non-shakeable, non-movable, so that the house can stand firm, okay? Which is the routine. Then, okay, sorry guys, as I've said, I'm at home today. I'm not in my office, I'm not in my house, I'm at my mom's place. So yeah, the structure is shakeable today, so our life today may be a bit chaotic, okay? So but yeah, as I've said, routines apply to every activity, in as much as, according to me, sleep and mealtime are the non-negotiables. It doesn't mean that they shouldn't apply in other spheres of life, okay, in other activities. But then that's it for today, my people. That's it for today. Oh, sorry, Facebook, I can't see the cursor. That's the thing. I'm worried. I can't see the cursor on my. Oh, there it is. So let's summarize this, shall we? Yes, let's summarize this, shall we? Let's read this from the diary. Okay. Whew. Let's summarize this. So today we were on week 15 and we were talking creating boundaries and structure. And our session theme summary reads: this week focuses on the power of rhythm in a toddler's life. Predictable routines offer emotional safety, reduce anxiety, and support healthy development. Structure isn't rigidity. It's a loving framework that helps your child thrive. Wow! And today we are taking this from our book, an excerpt from Born into Change, Transformation and Healing, The Myth of Strength. Many were taught that strength means stoicism, that tears are weakness, that emotion is chaos. But true strength is spacious. It can hold sorrow and still stand. Feeling deeply is not a flaw, it's a form of power. Woo! Wow. And the gist of this whole thing is rhythm builds trust between body and environment. And what is our quote for today? Our quote reads: structure isn't control, it's security. Ooh! Favorite. Boo, 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 boo. Boo, 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 boo. Anyways, guys, yes, if you want anything, have any questions or whatsoever, WhatsApp the number on your screen and we'll take it from there. Otherwise, from me to you, mwah. See you next week Friday. Say, oh, today's on Saturday. I did this on Saturday because yesterday I was traveling from my home to my mom's place, so yes, I couldn't do it on Friday. Today's Saturday, but then every day it's on Friday 1 p.m. South African Standard Time, same place. And if you want to know what we shall be talking about in the upcoming weeks, check my statuses. I post the lineup on my statuses both on Facebook and TikTok, so yeah, just check it out there. And yeah, from me, guys, see you next week Friday. Bye bye TikTok. Thank you. Thank you.